And out.
Hey, we're there. Hey,
We're on.
I'm available in only 10-second bursts. I'll give you. Have you tried the Ethernet, Spark? You fucking muppets! It's not the Ethernet. How are you?
So for the invisible man at home, what is beefing you on the New Zealand edition of the Nooner?
The frustration of not getting on the internet, and given the lack of 3G, let alone 4 or 5G, it could be literally life or death. I have no way of communicating with the outside world without the internet because of the lack of aforementioned 3G. I'll tell you what, if I go into a garage with a flat tire, I don't need them to tell me there's a problem with my mirror when there isn't. And if I hear one more 15 million times, have you tried the Ethernet? There is no Ethernet available for an iPhone. It's physically not available. They won't fix the problem. They just bullshit me. You hear me, Spark? I do not accept bullshit. Fix the problem. How are you?
You need Scotty on the job, don't you?
Well, I know enough about IT. I know that any IT heads out there know that a physical plugging your computer into the Ethernet might make a 2% difference, but it's avoiding the issue. If I've got no internet at all, or when I do, it's 1 megabit per second. It's a problem with the... Yes.
Oh. So have you not actually got a physical wire coming in?
Well, of course not, because it's an iPhone. It's not available.
No, I mean to the house, I mean.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah. And that's where the problem is. Yeah, opossums chewed a wire, but they refuse to see the problem. I've already phoned them and they agreed. Of course, it's not the Ethernet. I actually spoke to someone with sense, but obviously no one's reading the notes. So I will.
So you're actually operating on the 3G of your phone?
No. No, there's no 3G out here. That's what I'm saying.
So you're operating on the
Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi. It's called internet, broadband. There's no fiber available out here, so it's broadband. You know, a modem.
So you have a modem in your house with a wire going in.
Correct.
And it's just so shit going into that box.
Yeah, it's going into the box, not coming out of the box. That's the problem. And so there's two frustrations. One, not getting on the internet when I really need it.
What modem is it?
It doesn't matter. A white one, and the brand new one. Okay. They came out with that bullshit. Sent me a new one. Exactly the same problem. I humoured them, plugged it in. It wasn't the modem. I knew it wasn't the modem. I'm fed up with bullshit. I know enough about IT to know what the problem is. The problem.
Well, you've come to the right place, mate. Bullshit on it.
Yeah, it's lack of infrastructure. So anyway, how come you dragged me away from the Burnett show? I'm sure this isn't
because I was listening to it and I thought it was fucking boring. To be fair.
Well, while I'm angry, this isn't the Nooner. I promise to be happy for the Nooner, but I'm not drunk at the moment. And in fact, I think I've just given myself throat cancer because I finished off that pack of cigarettes. And I even dug out all the bits out the ashtray like a teenager to make a couple of rollies. There's literally no tobacco in the house.
You're on the road to ruin, pal.
I am. It's like a slow suicide. You know, maybe when I'm dead, they'll listen.
Oh, that's not good.
Well, you know, it's like we're doing this wonderful channel to cheer people up, but if I can't get onto the channel, and also imitation is the sincerest form of plagiarism. I like the way that Doom Cockney and Burnett are now going on about Blade Runner.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think, shall we do our show tonight about is Deckard a replicant or human? What do you reckon? Shall we do that?
Yeah, because no, seriously, because if they're going to keep coming up with points, I have evolved it further, and there's basically 7 right answers and 1 wrong answer. Any answer is acceptable apart from Deckard is a human. Do you hear me, Robert Myburnett and Willow Yang? Any answer is available and appropriate apart from Deckard is a human. That is wrong. You can have Deckard as a replicant because I've got a Ridley Scott interview. It's about 30 seconds long. I put it on Twitter, and it says, "Dear Ridley Scott, is Deckard a replicant?" Yes, fuck off. Right? Simple. So author intent, he made the film, he's a replicant. Now, the closest you could get to an appropriate argument that Deckard is a human is if you only watch the 1982 original, where it's implied he's a replicant. You can ignore the implications. So the closest you can get is I only watched the 1982 original. It's implied, but it's implicit, not explicit. So I'll accept that. But there's not a single version of the film that says he's a human. So even that original version implies he's a replicant. Because it doesn't say it explicitly. You can refuse to accept the implication. That's fine. as mentioned ad nauseum, every subsequent version of Blade Runner, it's more and more clear. And again, the next version of Blade Runner, the final cut, Ridley's going to come on at the beginning of the film, go, Deckard's a replicant, shut up. Okay, and I've discovered as I say, the new conclusion. The answer is.
Do you think that'll be out next year?
It will be because of me, because I'll put it out.
Plus, it's the 40th, isn't it?
40th, 82. So yeah, it will be the 40th anniversary. But and I've
top
discovered,
trivia there, ladies and gents. Top trivia from Mr. Brown.
Top trivia, and I've discovered the real answer is why you're asking. Because it's like asking, are you a Jew or are you a woman? It doesn't matter.
Less of the no religion on this channel, please. Thank you.
Well, in race or religion. I mean, this is this is well. You could get into it, yeah.
The only race I want to talk about on this channel is my bicycle rides.
It's a bike race, playing with words on 600. Nicely done, Mr. Brown. But I'm glad that these larger channels are following our lead. It just goes to show it's grist for the mill. It's still an exciting topic. No one can say no one cares, because clearly all the nerds care.
So obviously we're the foremost experts on Blade Runner.
Yeah, me.
Why do you think the other channels, after muting their interests, have decided to copy our format and our kind of obviously get more viewers than us? But obviously we put it to bed last week.
We did, but they obviously didn't watch it. This is the thing: if you do a 90-minute show, they won't watch it. But if you try and do it in a tweet, they'll go, oh, it's more complex and nuanced than you can cover in a tweet. There must be some optimum length of argument. But we can even get away from Blade Runner onto, we can extrapolate from the Blade Runner debate rules that apply to all films, such as, does the implication of the author or auteur matter? Can you have headcanon? Because basically the short answer is no, but sometimes I think yes, because I personally have decanonized Star Wars 7 to 9. So I can understand the temptation to project our own desires onto a movie. But at the end of the day, I mean, do you know what? You could really get serious. What is the original meaning of the term canon? It wasn't the question of whether Blade Runner, whether Deckard's a replicant. The question was originally, is Jesus part of the Holy Trinity, equal to Jehovah the Father or not? And basically back in 333, circa, give or take 7 years either
was
way.
that in the 3:33 in the afternoon?
That's what I like you. You're a funny guy. It's not just the accent.
Do you ever wake up, say, in the middle of the night, and it's like 3:33?
Yeah, I do.
Or
I actually like
2:22.
Yeah, 11,
it's not just me then.
No, although as a side note, I always like waking up at 3 a.m. because it makes me think of the KLF. It's 3 a.m.
I think the body clock, the internal body clock, is probably just as accurate as an atomic clock.
Well, you could argue it's more accurate because the atomic clock
we don't know how to use it.
If the Earth span and
hello, Slavko.
Slavko, Yogshimash, come over and bring all your internet pipe laying mates, please. New Zealand needs you.
Evening, Sklavko. You're all right, pal. This is just a piss about, isn't it? Spot me.
It's a piss about. The thing is, I didn't even get to cover Gesundheit Gate on Burnett's channel because I got off the internet. I'm sure
there does seem to be a lot of the letters do seem to be the same letter recycled.
Well, the same letter, right? It's the same two letter writers.
It's like this. Oh God, Sklavko wakes up at 6:66 in the morning.
6:66. That's a good clock. Where is Slavko?
Is it Serbia or somewhere out that way?
So he actually is in Serbia. So he is.
He says it's 7:06, but in his mind it's 6:66. Well done, mate.
Nicely put. But yeah, going back to the canon thing. So Constantine, who basically Christianized the Eastern Roman Empire, which at the time was the Rome. He made the Eastern Roman Empire. He's like, screw this, I'm moving Rome to somewhere else. Constantinople, more Rome than Rome, and he got fed up. Actually, he got made emperor
Putney
in England, but canon. He invented the concept of canon. At that point, there wasn't, Protestants, Catholics, and Orthodox. There were just different early sects of Christianity, all having slightly different views of the story of Christianity. And it's like, right, you Muppets, if I'm going to have a religion called Christianity, you've got to get your story straight. So
Can you see the screen?
So no, hang on,
Sorry,
I'm looking at it now.
Sorry, man, I'm interrupting you.
That's all right. Serbia, Yakshema, Serbia.
That's so I've got my New Zealand holiday booked. I've got my Serbia holiday booked. I'm working on the Los Angeles.
Come to Poland as well. When I go to Europe next, I'll pop home to Poland, see me family.
Jobs are good un. Jobs are good un.
Maybe I'll pop over to the Ukraine, or as we call it, Eastern Poland. Anyway, so yeah, canon is very serious because it's basically, I'm only focusing on Christianity because that's where the term canon originates. Other religions are available, but basically, so the question wasn't, is Descartes or Jesus a replicant? The question was, is Jesus equal to God the Father in the Holy Trinity? And he was like, right, you Muppets, sort it out. Have the Council of Nicaea, work out your canon, have a consistent Christianity, get back to me. So it's interesting because when you're talking religions, it's kind of a mix of history and myth. I mean, in a way, we could have canon on George Washington or any historical figure that there's, contrary records of. That. So when you're talking about canon of something that is fiction in the first place, you've got to. It always goes back to that central premise of fiction. I will stop for breath in a moment, which is suspension of disbelief.
What has this got to do with Star Trek?
Star Trek? I don't know.
Because I think that's what that letter was tonight. Did you hear the letter there?
No, as soon as
we have to move.
My internet packed out.
We have to move on because we've just had to accept that when we're in our 50s, they're just not aimed at us anymore, franchises.
Yeah, I don't buy that.
What a load of old bollocks.
It's bollocks. I mean, first of all, it's conflating age with generation. So, no, it's objectively bollocks. That's all there is to it. Well, I'm pretty sure of that. I haven't watched it. Hey!
Yeah, because on this channel, we're not ageist at all. It's hopefully something for everyone.
Exactly. Well, this is the whole through line about identity politics. I don't care what race you are, and that includes non-human. I don't care if you're a replicant. I don't care if you're black, white, pink, yellow, mixed. I don't care if you're male, female, combination of the above. I don't care. Just I don't care if you're a Russian bot. Just have an opinion, say what you can say, and that's it. That is surely the lesson of the replicant question, and indeed Christianity. There's a parallel. It doesn't matter. All are welcome. If you can string a coherent sentence together, you're effectively a human. You can pay taxes, earn a living, and have an opinion on the internet. Boom, done.
You mentioned taxes. Don't forget the bit about dying.
Death and taxes. Yeah, interesting, isn't it? That comment about death and taxes is really a comment about taxes, because obviously we all die. But do we really die? Goes back to Christianity and indeed replicants. Mercer! Oh, you got me. You got me on a pumped moment. It's all just springing out of me.
I kind of guessed you might have been a little bit hyper go-go.
Anger is an energy. I'm pumped.
You're pumped.
I'm pacing. I'm pacing up and down. Just too much energy. I need sedation. Ooh.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to go to the beach and jump in the ocean. I'm going to keep walking until the riptide takes me.
Oh, I'm very jealous.
Well, I predict lockdown soon, so I might as well do it while I can.
Well, I predict a riot myself.
Lockdown riots. Well, if the mellow Dutch are doing it, then we're all going to do it, aren't we?
So what's that about the Dutch? Please.
Well, because of my crappy internet, I couldn't actually see the riots, but I believe Eindhoven specifically, but also The Hague, or as they call it, Den Haag.
Yeah.
As a side note, I did once catch myself being snobby to American pronunciations, saying to a Dutch friend, those Shermans pronouncing Van Gogh as Van Gogh. And then my Dutch friend went, actually, it's Van Gogh. So, so the correct for you oral pedants out there, it's Van Gogh is the correct pronunciation. Van Gogh is as silly as Van Gogh.
So with or without phlegm?
Hence Flemish. That's why the language is called Flemish, because you have to gob at people to get your point across.
Much like getting back to Blade Runner, much like Deckard at the end.
Spitting. Exactly. That was his Flemish comment. Exactly. Oi, replicant.
Have it.
Have it large. Bit of flob.
it-
Yep.
It,
No
it
one
was
else knew about that. Doomcock
and it
didn't
was
know
a-
about the flob.
it was a proper one as well, wasn't it? It wasn't just like a little. It was a proper mouthful.
It was a proper spit. And I'll tell you what, it was really one of those moments where it was there the whole time. And for 39 years, I hadn't
And-
seen it.
It was hiding in sight all along.
Hiding in plain sight, the best place to be. Exactly that. Amazing stuff.
Was that deep? That was a good observation, wasn't it?
That was a observation.
A knob-servation.
Have you noticed observations? Have you noticed the Baron of Buffering's no longer saying the Viceroy very similitude because it reminds him the fact that he rejected my free graphic because he wanted an illustration, the cheapskate. Hi, Rob.
Really?
That was his answer. I prefer an illustration. Well, A, he didn't say that when you asked for a graphic, and B, what am I, your bitch?
I
Trying to
think
make a living over here.
we've got a question. I think Sklavko really does need to come on one of these. We'll
think
organise
so.
it, and he needs to come on.
You must
as long
be
as-
sitting there going, I'm sick of being the only one in the audience. Get me on here.
Yeah, you might as well be on air, mate. You might as well.
Might as well. Maybe the deal should be
We are.
We are all replicants, right? Made in the image of the god. Exactly. Not see. That's why he should come on. That's why the ultimate answer is it doesn't matter. Because to quote,
And we like
Harris-
unicorns.
we all like. Who doesn't like a nice Doomicorn? I mean, to quote Deckard himself, how can it not know what it is? Because when there's people asking. In fact, a question that Mega Geek asked at the end of the pre-Blade Runner broadcast that he didn't actually repeat on the Blade Runner broadcast is, why would someone hunt themselves? And I never got to answer it because he didn't ask it. The answer is because he didn't know. And there are anecdotes, true stories of racists having DNA tests, finding out that they're actually partly the race that they hated, going, oh, I'll stop being racist then because otherwise I'll have to beat myself up. Which, what utter hypocrites. They should have beaten themselves up and been consistent. Obviously, they weren't actually proper racists against that race. See, racist logic, it's a minefield. There's only one race, humans or human replicants.
We're all the same under the skin.
Exactly. Does no one get it? This identity politics is going the wrong way. I think we had it right in the early 80s. Love seen no colour.
While you've been going off
Banging.
on one.
Yeah.
I've been on Illustrator altering the graphics, re-uploading the graphics.
I mean,
Can you see it? Look. Do you like the new graphics, by the way?
I like, and we like unicorns. We like unicorns, and we like brown graphics.
There you go.
Yeah, it looks like it reminds me of brown ale mixed with a fizzy drink. It's good. It's dynamic. Flash, 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 flash.
It's Starship Troopers, mate.
Is it? I really must see it. I haven't completed the Trinity. I've got RoboCop right in front of me.
Great film, director's cut, amazing.
And I've got this is the extended cut. It's
yeah. It's just a shame the picture quality of the reinserted bits wasn't quite up to spec.
Okay, I could only get it on DVD anyway, so it's not Blu-ray, but it does should say somewhere here extended version, special edition.
There you go.
So, and I've got Total Recall. So yeah, Starship Troopers is the one that I'm missing. I did check online, not available at the moment on my local Mighty Ape, but I will keep checking.
Right.
I've got Expanse Season 4 Blu-ray in the post. That could arrive literally any minute. It is the wrong region. They haven't released it for this region, but a year's long enough. I'm still not going to pirate, so I thought I'll buy it. And if it doesn't play on my PS4, then I'll have to search for a region-free Blu-ray player. But I've paid the money. Expense Season 4 on the way.
Well, you should be able to pick up a region-free for not a lot of money, really.
I had one from the UK, and in fact, I could have kept it because you can just get a plug adapter in New Zealand. So I wish I had kept it. I mean, my PS4 was pretty solid, but having said that, I also got the Apocalypse Now, Final Cut, doesn't play the Blu-ray. First Blu-ray refused to play.
Do you like the smell of Woodbines
Napalm in the morning.
in the morning?
I like the
20
smell of it.
minutes.
I like lots of smells in the morning, but I can't go into that now.
Dirty boy.
See, just left it to your imagination. You picked up on it immediately.
Yeah, because
Inference, implication.
Yeah, because I'm like a caged animal, a dumb animal who's caged.
Pacing over the straw.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
we need to. We need to get Sklavko on one of these.
I think so.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
if we
don't see why
wanted to-
not. I don't see why not. To be honest.
Because if we wanted to get serious, we could talk. Because basically, the Balkans is a perfect example that race has got nothing to do with black and white. It's
Yeah.
If you're in an area like Eastern Europe where historically there weren't a lot of coloured folk, then you
Okay.
can make your own divisions amongst Eastern Slavs, Western Slavs, Serbians, Croats, and so on. It just goes. Humans will find a way to hate anywhere.
Anything.
And that's why. Yeah, and that's why the idea that racism is just a white thing is ridiculous. Go to look at. I mean, I've got two words for that: Rwanda.
Boom.
Yeah,
Have it.
Hutsis and Tutus. Tutsis and Hutus. I should know.
Is that where
history
they
better. That massive
basically
massacre?
slaughtered them?
Slaughtered.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. And
that
it
was religion, wasn't it?
Well, and race. It was Well, this is the thing. Race is an illusion, but again, if you've got it just goes to show if you've got an area where you've got just what stereo. Well, this is a simple racist that understand the complexities of racism. So Rwanda and Serbia or Montenegro, they're both areas where people can
Right.
hate each other based on subtle differences. That's why it's just not a black or white thing. It really isn't. Does no one get it, Mr. Brown?
People are just awful, aren't they?
Well, this is we're doing this show because we haven't given up on you.
Because we're
humanity.
awful.
Well, because we're trying to, we're all miserable sinners, but we're trying to raise ourselves up, aren't we?
We're just
trying to
we just
approach
need
the
some-
better angels of our nature.
We've got the best viewer in the world.
Yep. He's the future tipping point, the first follower.
The best viewer in the world. We just need for him to get his mates in on the job.
Just need 1,000 of his mates, and we'll be
Sklavko, have you got 1,000 mates?
I bet you have. just get your ex-girlfriends on there. That'd be 500 immediately. Hey.
Yeah, we'll go through them one by one. We'll personally vet them one by one.
Of course,
reckon?
all part of the service. You do the
It is,
blonde,
mate.
I'll do the brunettes.
Mate, I'll at my stage in life, I'm
You're
not
not fussed.
fussy.
I heard something personality, but whatever.
Personality is good, yeah.
Personality goes a long way.
It does. Sense of humour is. Have you ever met a funny woman?
Yes, and I do. Yeah, it's good because it made me realise that as the bloke, I'm like I'll do the funnies. So no, I like a lady that makes me chuckle. I can relax and be the audience. It's brilliant.
I don't think I've met many funny women in my life, and I don't mean that as a disrespect.
Just a personal experience.
I don't think I've been privileged enough.
But no, if you meet a lady that can make
Humour
you
is
laugh,
amazing.
who is? What's amazing?
Humour is amazing.
Oh yes, it is.
Humour.
Hummus,
It
hummus,
is.
post hummus.
Do you think so?
I love it. I love a good chuckle. Oh, if I couldn't laugh, I'd be long gone. The darker things get, the more you need your humour. I think they actually call it gallows humour, don't they? The darker
don't know.
things are, the more you need to have a bit of a laugh.
I don't think you'd have made it out of Peckham, would you?
Straight out of Peckham, mofo named Cockney Spock. Yeah. Bow.
So, your plans for today? What you got on? Then you say you're going out.
Well, my ex-wife likes to play power games. First, it was an invite over. Now it's an invite to the beach. Then coming over. But the bottom message is, I will change the plans, and you will obey. And well, she's cooking dinner. I ain't arguing.
You need to change your name to Cockney Spock, because if you look at your
Cockney Spock.
Cockney Spock, if you look at your screen now, I've been doing an overlay while you've been talking.
You have
Just give it
sliced over me, K.
Get rid of the mirror, mate. We need him back.
You don't like the mirror, do you? I need to update the icon to get the beard on there.
Yeah. Yeah. We're going to stop at 30, which is
Thank
5
fuck.
minutes. Yeah. So we've done 2 nooners today, technically.
Yeah, you're a genius. You've done a noon of your time and a noon of my time. Maybe that's. Do you know what? That could be the way to go. More broadcast, but shorter.
No, I need sleep.
Yeah, wimp. Okay, fair enough. Idea
So
rejected on 25.
Which is the best edition? The UK edition or the NZ?
I like this one because I realised that starting at 1 a.m. it really is fucking with my already delicate sleep patterns. To be honest,
so it's my fault.
No, it's God's fault for making a round planet.
And you know what's amazing?
Creation.
Sklavko is there for every show. What a guy!
He is. I would recommend the TED talk on the first followers because basically Slavko is a genius because our genius is nothing if it's not recognised by a genius.
Sklavko, do you actually find these genuinely interesting?
Closed-ended question on 2608.
Is there anything what you like about these ramblings?
Yeah, there must be something. If he types in, I don't really understand English, I just like your accent, that'll be funny.
Well, that's something he's got in common with you, isn't it?
I love your accent. It's just so
Why?
smooth. I don't know. Why do I like brunettes? Ask Dr. Freud.
I can't speak. Sklavko says he'll marry you. Here you go, look.
I do. Now, those of you that have never been married, Mr. Brown,
cheers.
It's one of those TV myths. They don't say I do. It's actually I will when you get married.
Yeah.
That's the,
please get rid of mirror, please, when you're on these.
Fine.
Any guest that comes on here on a one-on-one has the criteria is the name has got to fit in between the space.
All right, I'll delete mirror and just put cunt in there. Cockney cunt spot.
Yeah, as long as you can get the Doom Cockney.
I tell you what, if
that's still funny as that.
If StreamYard, who we generally love, and YouTube pulled their finger out, they'd allow tracking and pair kerning. I found it funny. My kind of tumor. Oh no, humor. It's not a humor.
I found it very funny. It is my humor of kind.
Very nice.
Very nice. I like sex. It's nice.
I'm allowed to do Eastern European jokes because I'm from there. Don't know about you, Brown.
I am racist.
Do you know what? I actually, no, a lot of people won't
Cheers,
believe
Slavko.
me.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah, danke schön. I mean, dziękuję. Stop it, brain. I actually invented Borat. I was having one of my infamous dry spells, just couldn't get laid in a morgue. And I thought, fuck this, I'm going to have to stop being me. And I made up an Eastern European character, which is basically me if I'd stayed in Poland longer. Hello, I'm here to meet your women and your decadent Western women in Europe and roll.
Your donkey.
And I pulled. And there were a couple of French geezers at the party and they got turfed out for being fake. Good times. Hi, Lorraine, if you're out there.
On one of the 28, 30 seconds.
Lorraine, who proved that blondes can be fun.
There you go. Very nice. How much?
Yeah, exactly. Kissing is extra and discretionary.
We really, truly do not deserve a viewer like Sklavko, do we?
When we're on 10,000 viewers, going past Larson,
when we introduce memberships, Sklavko
gets a freebie.
honorary life member.
I think we should make him a mod. Give him a Lambretta, get him going. Oh, sorry, I've done that joke. Still, it's a
very
keeper.
Good though. Yeah,
I like it.
It was very good.
Yeah, we're gonna have mods. I think on your channel we should have mods and rockers disagreeing with each other on who to ban and who to time out, just to keep it spicy.
Mary Ashmead.
No names mentioned. Why'd you bring her up? That's a bit random. Mary, why are you bugging?
Because you mentioned her on the, the Doomcock.
I've got to stop mentioning names. It's just random because she, as she points out, she was his first mod, or she was Gary's first mod, and she moved to Doomcock or something.
Oh, okay.
Something like that. All right. Oh no.
Right.
Oh, 5 seconds left. Bye, everyone.
Right. Now I was going to say we have got it's 30. Do you want to carry on?
Yeah, fuck it.
We'll
Five-
finish. We'll
rolling
finish
5
at
minutes.
midnight, so you've got 40 minutes. So it's like a mirror of today.
Isn't it? Everything.
The
I'm just amazed that the internet's held out. It's brilliant. This is the best. it's
the
been all
only
day.
difference is today this lunchtime we had no viewers.
Okay.
Whereas now we have got the viewer.
Exactly. If Slavsko's not listening, it's not worth broadcasting. That's what I say.
It's just nice to know somebody's there using us to get to sleep.
Exactly. That's what it is. I did a ASMR video for Doomcock, but I don't think he downloaded it. Oh, and yes.
Go on.
Speaking of Doomcock, I thought I'd play them against each other. I've invited both Doomcock and Robert Meyer Burnett to do the introduction to my Blade Runner Is He a Replicant book. See who replies first. Probably neither. But
the forward.
The forward. Well, I said forward and or a paragraph. But I sent exactly the same message to both of them. So, they had their chance. I don't claim to be...
I thought I was doing it.
I'm going to have 3 forwards then, aren't I? No, you're right, you are. Oh, well, because I'm confident they're not going to respond.
Can you have an epilogue or a conclusion?
Yeah. Because that's one of the things I'm wondering about, which argument to end it on. Yes, he is, or it doesn't matter. It's like a Rolodex.
Well, you know me, I like to try and see it from both sides. So maybe it is logical
sausage.
for me to do the ending.
All right, you do the they'll do the forward, you do the afterwards. Am I
serious point here?
Yes.
Are you genuinely doing this book?
Yep. Well, I've got all the material.
Channel roll, mate. Channel roll.
Sorry.
You spoiled yourself. Then.
Sheer fucking double standards. Yes, because it's been written. All I have to do is transcript the 90-minute conversation we had with Mega Geek.
Here we go.
Here we go. I am working. See, you are funnier than Job, actually. Funnier than Steve Jobs? Funnier than my job.
He works in a morgue.
Does he? Oh, well, there you go.
No, that was a joke.
Okay.
I am working, so you are funnier than Job. Actually.
In a morgue. That's dead funny.
I'm glad, Sklavko, we are keeping you amused, my friend.
What work do you do? Not that people are defined by their jobs.
Yeah, Sklavko, what's your job, mate?
Sniper. That's my first guess.
Douche. What do you think to the new graphics anyway? I quite like this. I've literally tweaked it on the fly.
Of all the graphics you've done, mate, this is definitely the most recent.
It is literally just 5 minutes ago.
No, it's good. I like the colour scheme. Very bright. Very makes me feel like having a burger.
Want to know more?
Always.
You don't get
I just got subscribe. No, what's it from? Am I missing a reference?
It's Starship Troopers, one of the greatest films.
I need
way
Starship
ahead of its time.
Troopers.
You
need the Troopers.
You need to watch Starship Troopers.
I like the who's the female lead in Starship Troopers?
Oh, Denise Crosby. No,
Crosby?
not Denise. No. What's her name?
Nash. Young. Oh, no,
Denise Richards. Oh God, she had it.
Something just there's. I mean, it's all subjective, but to wherever my subconscious taste for female faces comes from, Denise Richards is just. She's got it. She has got it.
I know. Sklavko says, oh, here we go. He goes, hard to describe. And then he goes, for local ISP. All right, fucking hell.
He does work on the internet. What are you doing over there, mate? Why aren't you at the airport now? We need
Sklavko,
you.
can you sort this twat's internet out?
Oh, it's not me that's being the twat. It's the lack of infrastructure. I tell you what, though. My internet's only started working when I came on your channel and Slavko was on. Just by having Slavko receiving my audio.
Not me.
No, you're part of the problem. But I think I've been having internet problems for 3 months, but especially for the last 36 hours.
Yeah.
But whenever Slavko's listening, I've not had it. I've been on the internet for half an hour. I have not managed that for 36 hours. hence my earlier
Don't
frustration.
don't curse it by saying it's working.
Oh, not you, Siri. Siri, you are so
Shut
needy.
it.
I tell you what. Siri's like that
I
needy ex-girlfriend that keeps
I
ringing you
tell
up.
you what
I'm
I
here.
I tell you what I would like to do.
What's her name?
You heard it first here.
Uh-oh.
I have just recently finished watching Starship Troopers, and I was kind of reading a few articles today about it.
Oh, yes.
Um,
Ooh, we got ourselves a reader.
I would love to do a stream with Casper Van Dien talking about it.
Who the heck's that?
The main guy who starred in it.
Casper, didn't he play the friendly ghost?
He did. Yeah,
Nice.
Casper Van Dien. Yeah,
He's the boyfriend, isn't he? The handsome boyfriend. Isn't there a love triangle? He's one of the boyfriends.
Starship Troopers, superb. It's will be a great. It's just it's such an underrated classic, so ahead of its time.
I look forward to seeing it.
Nobody watched it. Total bomb at the box office.
Like Blade Runner.
Yeah, and if it was put out now, people would just fucking lap it up.
Yeah, same with It's a Wonderful Life. That bombed at the box office.
They would just absolutely lap it up.
Maybe it needs a re-release. They'll probably go for a soft reboot.
I think it's just a great untapped franchise, but there's never been a properly good sequel to the original. Again,
more Starship Troopers.
If you was to make a sequel to RoboCop, or sequel to Total Recall,
which they didn't,
or a sequel to Starship Troopers, yeah,
which they haven't yet.
There is only one man to direct it, and that's it.
Your hero, Paul Verhoeven.
Yeah. No, not interested. Yeah,
not interested if it's anyone else.
Yeah, it's like RoboCop 2. Have you seen RoboCop 2?
With Kane. Yeah, because it was written by Frank Miller, who was a very popular, although massively overrated comic writer. That's my opinion. Massively overrated, but and RoboCop 2 proved it. It was shite. It was
massively disappointing at the time.
Yeah,
but as I said before, time and distance and stuff
are relative. Oh,
just bear with me.
Door creaking at 37:52. Oh, there's something happening. I better. Oh, we don't want dead air. So, as I was saying, Blade Runner. What a movie. Deckard, is he a replicant? I don't know. Yes, I do. God, I wonder what Brown's doing. It could be having a tussle. Maybe.
Oh, God.
Was it the hairdresser?
Bear with me.
No, it wasn't. Maybe it was the hairdresser. We've got confirmation. No, lack of confirmation on the hairdresser. Can neither confirm nor deny whether the hairdresser has entered the building. But there was a rumor. There was a rumor about someone that could dress his hair, which apparently he does have. Oh, and he's back. Was it a hairdresser?
Wait, no, car insurance.
Oh, still.
It's been in bed for an hour and a half. It's been in bed for an hour and a half.
So what? I'll do the car insurance when I've got a brand new Apple Mac sitting on my desk. There you go. Boom, done.
I wish.
I was
about to press the commit button on it, and it said, "What is your previous insurer?" Well, I don't know.
What's it to you?
So then 1.5 hours, because I was going to do it in the morning. Doesn't make any difference, does it? It's still got a week before it runs out. So he went to bed at 10:30. Just door opens now. Have you done it?
See, now anyone from the corporate world would know.
Unbelievable.
Classic blunder, asking a closed-ended question. Have you done it? No. Conversation's done, isn't it?
Just
you could have asked when you're going to do it, or how do you feel about doing it, or what are your plans? Open-ended questions.
I don't think I've got any option really, but there you go.
Well, you have. You can tell him to not.
Yeah, but
you always got options, mate. There's always options.
I was doing all of this for a chance to emigrate to NZ.
Yeah.
So he's using us to He doesn't want to go to NZ.
He's approved. No, we need him. We need infrastructure. I'm boom, stamp done. Just
So he's in.
Just send a letter to the Prime Minister. Just send her a
Sklavko
refund.
is in New Zealand. 40 minutes.
Just send a bit of hash to the Prime Minister. She'll let you in. Oh, mic drop.
What? Why is it Burnett's got like 400 viewers?
Well, yeah, he's the middle.
And we're on the ragged edge of.
No, bad example. Burnett's got the right amount of viewers. He's in the middle of my theory, but it's people like, well, not mentioning any names.
He had
Babyface.
He had 3,500.
I mean, Az has got more guests than we've got viewers. It's ridiculous. I got bored after 10 seconds. It's just Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers going on about being first at something as usual. I switched off, metaphorically then, literally, emotionally then, practically. No account for tasting in this world. Unless you're Sklavko. I am. Well, my ex-wife taught me to be that. Cold yet passionate. I can turn it on and off. I can be fiery, but when I
you can turn it off, all right, mate.
That's what she said. Yes.
You've just got going.
I have. I'll tell you, Sklavko, do you have a favourite tank? Favourite model of tank?
Tommy.
Yeah, T30. Rolled it in. Yeah, like T34, M1A1 Abrams, T14 Armata. Yep, classics. Well, which one? The M3 A2 Sherman.
Shuffle.
There's 17 different types of Shermans. It's ridiculous. Yeah, M4 A3,
Ben Sherman,
E2, loads of Shermans. Don't get me started on the Shermans, mate. Classic tank.
Ben Sherman.
Who's Ben Sherman? Is he a person? He must be a sportsman. I've never heard of him.
He makes shirts.
Is that Ben Sherman? Oh, it is as well. Oh, that's Joe Bloggs, isn't it? Fred Perry.
Cerebral joke on 4140 and the self-proclaimed brainiest bastard in the world didn't get it.
I didn't self-proclaim nothing. How dare you?
You just have, mate. Yes, you just did, mate.
Am I? Oh, I take it back.
I'm a prick.
I'm a muppet like the rest of us. No, but that ego loss is a beautiful thing. I'm just a muppet. I'm not here to impress anyone apart from my ex-wife, my son, and my future girlfriend. It's the only 3 people I really need. Oh, and you. All right, 4 people.
And Mr. Brown's YouTube channel, which says on the screen, please like, share, and subscribe.
Please.
Want to know more? The best unviewed show on YouTube.
Exactly. I mean, how did Larson get a play button? Well, fudging the numbers and being famous.
If it's good enough for Sklavko, it's good enough for you.
I like it. We'll go with that. So does he have a favourite tank? He hasn't answered. I guess that's a no.
Tommy Tank.
Right. Well, that's a default answer then, isn't it?
Sklavko, how many hours have you got left on your shift, mate? He doesn't know much about tanks.
Okay,
World War
II
ones are the best. There you go.
Yep, there's a lot of there are a lot of World War II. I could do with a World War II tank like a Sherman or a Tiger or a King Tiger.
Do you know, out of any show on YouTube at the moment,
at the moment,
Sklavko is probably the most pampered, looked after, interacted chat person on the whole of YouTube at the moment.
He is. Well, the first person to recognise the king gets his own castle, doesn't he?
Yeah. He's basically as much a part of this show as what we are.
Yeah, fully interactive. It's almost becoming the Sklavko appreciation show, as it should be.
Maybe we should rename the show the Sklavko show.
I'm saying it wrong. It's Sklavko. I've got to drop that key in.
Sklav. There's a Sklav. I must admit, I did struggle with it at first, but I've got used to it now, and it's pronounced Sklavko.
I mean, it's good for me because it's on the edge of my knowledge, because it's not Poland, but it is Eastern Europe, and so it's a great opportunity for me to learn.
It's 45, mate. I think we're going to have to knock it on the head.
Yeah, quit while we're vaguely ahead.
I think we should. Sklavko, we're going to be around in about 12 hours, mate, if you're about.
12 hours precisely. We'll be around for the Nooner for more Blade Runner chats.
if you're working now, mate, enjoy the rest of your shift. It'll fly by. Be lucky, be safe. Anybody who's catching this up on review, whatever, I doubt it, like, but yeah.
Dziękuję bardzo. Do
Just,
widzenia.
just me and Cockney cocking about. So cheers, everybody. Please like, share, and subscribe. Want to know more? Blah blah blah. Good night. Bye.
Do widzenia.
Bye.